Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Tuesday, December 2nd. And we started off this market thinking we were going to start range bound. We favored the long side of the market. And I think range bound was probably the best call. Pretty much been a range bound market. We've been leaning towards we've been drifting to the upside, but not by any means in any kind of rally mode. It was actually pretty interesting trading today. They were running it higher, they were running it lower, and a lot of trading opportunities presenting itself. So, but as you can see here, we never got down here to the London low. That was the area we looked at early on, or not, sorry, not early on, but after the London close as the area to pay attention to on the ES. If they're going to take that out, then we had to shift to the short side. They never did. They retraced from that London low and London close low in F period and started trading higher. And now we're up here towards the highs again. Looks like we're going to have a strong close. At least that's what it looks like. So I would start off range bound. I would still lean towards the long side of the market, and I would look for them to take out these highs. So if they can take out the highs here at the 68, 60, 65s, I would be all in on the long side, thinking that we're in a Santa rally and we should trade it from the long side of the market. Right now, though, I'm thinking yes, range bound trading, looking for shorts against that 55s and the 65s. Looking to buy against the 25s and the 68.10s. Rotations back up, and that's kind of where we are. So looking at the range band market at this point, and I would favor the long side still, the way I would go into the overnight. All right. So that's the ES. No trades on the ES from my part today. I only traded in the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ had also pretty good opportunities throughout the day. We're looking at we were also range bound, but Nasdaq took out the highs, and Nasdaq is actually took out that 550 level, and is I would lean long on the Nasdaq at this point. Looks like they have a pretty much a risk on kind of a dynamic going on there, at least for the intermediate time. So range bound trading on the Nasdaq, I would lean towards the long side. I would look to buy against. I was going to drop this edge down here at the to the 530s and down to the 460s. If they trade below the 460s here, that the triple edge at BEF, I would be taking off the long bias. I'm going to adjust these edges for tomorrow. But looking to buy weakness on the Nasdaq, looking for moves to the upside. If you look at capital flow on the Nasdaq, you can see that we are up in this upper ranges. So we definitely took out the 500 level. That was a concern this morning. We took it out. We're up in this range. And the next level on the Nasdaq, before we really get excited, is going to be the that 800 level. It's going to be a pretty good move to the upside. Here we have a set of resistance coming ahead of us. But right now we're pretty much up in that middle of this range, this upper range. So that's between the 500s and the 800s. So I would trade that. I would stay on the long side and see how far they can take it. And if they take out that 800 level, we're going to be in a good shape on the Nasdaq. So that's how we get started on the Nasdaq. So Nasdaq looks a lot stronger than the ES right now. Definitely take that from the long side of the market. If they trade below that triple little edge at the 460, 470s, I would be back range bound on this guy. So that's the Nasdaq. I did a few trades on the Nasdaq. I'm up $104 on 14 round turns. And it was a back and forth throughout the day. I had a couple of trades here earlier on at the open when they're running higher. A couple of trades, a nice winner here on the high, the little reversal trade right there. Then I got caught in that trade. I gave everything back. I was up like 60, $70 and got everything back almost on that trade here. When it looks like you were taking it higher, I tried a long trade, tried to repair it, and then this kind of run over me and stopped me out. So that trade gave it back, and then I had to work it back here again on the way down, and this big move to the downside. I took a few trades there on the way down, all small trades, not trying to get in on this big move because you never know how far it's going to go. So I mean, I'm trying to take just smaller bites out of it, and then you can re-engage it a couple of different times. But sometimes if you get on a good move and you sit in that thing, and you can ride it all the way down here and be really happy about it, right? Usually you don't get that opportunity. Usually you have rotations coming back and forth and knocking you out. So that's kind of the overall trend. I mean, I would love to be able to sit to a trade like that just have to take a different tack as you get in. Now, if I get in a trade and I'm trading with a 60 tick stop, I'm going to break even at 26, so pretty aggressive. So if I get in and it really starts running, I'm probably going to leave it and let it run. I'm not going to be trying to take profit. I don't have a profit target by default set. So that's why I'm looking at it. So if I get in and I manage to get on a trade where it really runs away from me, I will be get down a big. That's not the big stop, 60 ticks. It's just a baby stop. With this kind of volatility, that's not a big stop at all. So I mean, it's crazy volatility going on. So uh, I mean, I used to trade with a 100 tick stop, and that's a big stop. But that gives you a range. When it moves like this, then you have a little bit of range to work with. But I figured I tighten up the stop a little bit. So if I get in on a trade and it runs away from me, I'll stay in the trade. I'm not going to be taking myself out. But if I get these little bursts of activity and it runs into an area of support, resistance, or congestion, like it starts running down to the mode, tablet, midpoint, mean, just take your profit when you get there, and then you can always re-engage again. Yes, re-engage it again when you get a little bit of momentum going. Anyway, so again, got back into it. So up $104 and 14 round turn on the Nasdaq, and I stopped trading that point. Trying to not trying to overtrade the whole thing, right? That's easy to do. So I mean, as you saw, I mean, I was up pretty good. I was going to stop here early on in the morning. I gave everything back again. I was like, okay, back in it again, and that's the issue. So if you keep overtrading it, eventually you're going to get yourself into a loser, and then if it's a bad loser, you give everything back, then you're going to be just all the work for nothing. On the bond market, I started range bound. I was looking at it here, and it was just flopping around, and then it started this grind to the upside. So I haven't tried to trade it. I was looking at a couple of trades this morning at this retest up here. I tried it on this bar here at the open, but it never ticked up there to fill you. And when they actually did, I was not even looking at the trade at that point. So I was looking for short setups primarily on the bonds, looking for moves down, but it turned out to be after that London closed, I started drifting higher. So did not try to trade it. I was kind of watching it. So I would start off range bound on the bonds, looking to sell strength up to the 1612s, looking to buy weakness down here to that 1530 to 116s, and then let's see if it's going to trade out of that range or not. So no trades on the bonds for me today, but I will try to take some bond trades if it presents itself, because those could be very lucrative. If you get in on a nice retest failure, say you get in on this retest, and you're in there 04s, you get out at the midpoint at at the 01s or at 16. That's $125. Those 4 ticks. Now, if you get in on a good trade and it really moves, then I mean you can easily get up like in a $500 range on that trade. So and that's just on a one lot. So, but we'll see. A few ticks on the bonds definitely accounts for some dough. So and it doesn't need to be high risk trades by any means. Just trade the retest failures on the bonds, and if you're wrong, you're just out. And then like it happened to me yesterday. So. Alrighty, guys, back to the ES and NASDAQ, and we'll leave it there for now. And we'll see you guys back at bright and early tomorrow and go at it again. Alrighty, guys, later.